Hey, it's Coach Jamila, and I am a transformation life coach. I serve highly successful, overachieving women who struggle in two areas. Perhaps they've been through an unwanted divorce and are struggling with the emotional aftermath of that, or because of being an overachiever, they're always, succeeding, at work and things like that. But perhaps they struggle in relationships with men, or don't feel good enough, or don't feel worthy. These are the types of women that I serve as my clients and help them to overcome those challenges and really step into their greatness and live their best life. So, today, I'm talking to you about something that you may find quite interesting. As you know, divorce is a big topic that I cover, and specifically unwanted divorce. As a life coach, it's very important that you niche down to exactly who it is that you serve. And so simply going through a divorce is a broad category. But I serve women who've been through an unwanted divorce because that creates a different framework around it. Because when you did not want something to happen and it kind of happened to you, that leaves you in a different state emotionally than if it was your choice or you wanted it or even were the one that initiated it. Okay. And so that's why I'm always saying that distinction, that an unwanted divorce, because that's what it means. You didn't want it to happen. It happened to you. So I say all that to say that some of you all have been divorced, but now you're remarried. And you may be finding that some of your previous relationship baggage that you didn't deal with, you've drug into your new marriage or into your new relationship. And you're like, oh my gosh, I'm sabotaging things. When I went through my divorce, this was something that I was acutely aware of that I did not want to happen. And so I took the time and identified what those traits, behaviors, or qualities were that I had developed in that relationship that I did not want to bring forward into a new relationship. Why? Because the new guy, the new man who would be what I asked for, who would be normal, healthy, etc., did not deserve to be punished for the mistakes of someone else, okay? And also did not deserve to be treated the way that I was behaving because he hadn't done anything and we hadn't been in any type of emotional combat or anything like that. So, because I did all of that, thankfully, fortunately, I didn't bring it forward with me into my new relationship. But the ladies that I work with, I know that some of them are in new relationships and they are struggling. And that may be true of you if you're watching this. And so I want to let you know that if you are in the Las Vegas area, I have good news for you, honey. I am doing a live event, a live workshop on Wednesday, October 23rd, 2019 from 5:30 to 7 p.m. It's going to be the best 90 minutes you probably spent on yourself since that first divorce. And it's probably going to be such a critical and important 90 minutes to help you really get whatever this new relationship is, if it's a marriage or just a new relationship that's working towards that, to keep that moving in the right direction. If he is in fact the man you ought to be with or ought to be dating, because see, we're going to talk about that too, okay? Because what we're going to talk about in this workshop is we're going to talk about first getting over your ex-husband, or really getting over that emotional baggage that you have not left behind. And I have a very important exercise that I'm going to lead the group through that's going to allow us, through interaction, to identify and speak and release all of that negativity and those unacknowledged feelings and things like that. So that's the first thing. We're going to clear all that up, right? Then the next thing we have to figure out is, well, why were you in that relationship in the first place? And then any subsequent relationships that you've been in since that divorce, what has been the pattern? What's your pattern when it comes to the type of man that you attract? What is your pattern when it comes to you being in relationships? Do you always tend to end up with men who are emotionally unavailable? Maybe are emotionally or verbally abusive or worse? And you can't figure out why this keeps happening? Yes, we're going to talk about that. And we're going to go through an exercise to help you get to the bottom of that. And then finally, One of the biggest hurdles to really moving forward at any juncture of life is clarity. You got to know what you want. And so many of us step out into the world and we just start doing. We have no plan and no clue. And one of the biggest faux pas is when we step out and decide we're going to go out and put ourselves out there and call ourselves trying to be in a relationship, and we're just going to rely upon our feelings. Okay? So your feelings are what have gotten you into every relationship that you've been in where you've had these struggles, challenges, and issues. So we're going to deal with that too, because we are going to do an exercise that's going to help you get clear on exactly what you want in a new relationship, from a new husband, all those things. So then you're stepping out into the world with focus and direction and clarity. Okay? So those are just some of the things that we're going to be discussing. Obviously, you have to be there to experience it. I cannot say that I'm ever going to present on this topic again. So don't say, oh, I'll just come to the next one, because there may not be a next one. Or if I do another one, it's going to be on something different. I'm not going to keep talking about the same thing over and over. So you definitely don't want to miss out, okay? I am deliberately and purposely keeping this event very small and intimate so that it can be an interactive learning experience where we can really talk about, our feelings and emotions. And I will say this, because of that, it would not be an appropriate occasion for you to bring your children. So you're definitely going to want to get a babysitter. But I'm doing it between 5:30 and 7 on a Wednesday, so you can just come straight from work, spend 90 minutes on yourself, and then go on with the rest of your day, okay? Or evening. It's still early enough to get home and have dinner and help the kids with the homework and all that other stuff. So that is something I am super excited about. I cannot wait to meet you in person and help you to work through all these different areas and really foment positive change and momentum in your life going forward. And I hope to see you there. I will put the details in the description box below the video. And just click on the link, and you're also welcome to comment, and I will respond as I'm able. But really the best way is to just click the link, take a look at all the details, because I put everything there, and then get your ticket. Because if you show up at the door, I can't guarantee that you're going to be let in, because the whole way I'm setting it up is, designed for a small number of women. So those who have their tickets and their places secured are what the setup is going to be for. And so there may not be room for you. And I'm also going to say this too. You need to be a little early. Like, try to be at least 10 minutes early so you have time, to go to the bathroom and sit down and find your seat, whatever. Because once we get started, that's it. And I'm going to start on time. I only have 90 minutes, and we have a lot to cover and a lot to get through, and I don't want to waste any time. So it's important to get there just, no more than 10 minutes early, but at least 10 minutes early, so you have time to get settled and be ready to begin promptly at 5:30. All right? So I look forward to seeing you there. You take care.